Hello everyone, my name is Clayton Rawson, and I will be presenting my wrap-up video for the bioaccumulation of trace metals and PCBs in 5 sports fish in Utah Lake. I wanted to start off by thanking you for this. This money, this project, this research has given me so much. As with most science, the expectations I had going in were wildly different from what happened in the end, but I still learned so much. I am so grateful that you funded my project in addition to the other 2 projects. It has been such an amazing, engaged learning experience, and I will always remember it. I wanted to start by giving you more of an overview of what we did and how the project changed and evolved as the time went on. So originally when we started the project, we were going to collect 5 different types of fish. They were the common carp, the black bullhead, the walleye, the channel catfish, and white bass. Now, the white bass, the common carp, and the black bullhead, we had no problem collecting the 45 fish, plus some, in the 3 sizes, small, medium, or large. However, the walleye and the channel catfish presented a problem. Not only are they incredibly rare, they're the most common fish in the lake that people want to fish up, so it makes them really hard to get. Because of this, we realized that we were likely not going to get them, even over the entire summer. Very rarely do they present themselves. So we had to make some changes. The first change we did is we substituted the northern pike, which is still decently rare, but is still a commonly fished outside of the lake. And it is an invasive species in Utah Lake. It's native to other lakes and rivers in Utah. It's just not native to this lake. And then we dropped the channel catfish. So we just had we just had 4 fish. The next thing that changed was actually near the end. So originally we were going to collect the 45 of these 4 fish, and then we were going to use that to have our data. And we would isolate the fillet and the offal, and we would use those to find the PCBs and trace metals. However, near the end of the project, as we were wrapping up collecting our samples, the Utah Department of Water Quality and the Utah Department of Health reached out to us. They were helping us collect the fish from the lake. We would not have gotten this far without their help. They reached out to us and asked us if we could make the lake more of a representative sample. Most of the samples we were collecting were in the Provo Bay area. It was the easiest way to collect them. The Utah Department of Water Quality was already going out to collect June suckers, and so we could go with them and collect our own fish. They were impressed by our preliminary data, and we were able to expand the project to include 3 more different sites in the lake that will just be randomly chosen when fishermen go out. And we'll be able to collect 45 more fish from each of those locations of the 4, the carp, the black bullhead, the white bass, and the pike, northern pike. And that we'll be able to use that to make this an even more representative sample of the trace metals and PCBs found in Utah Lake. It was an incredible honor to be reached out by them. They're very interested in our research, and I think it's going to be even better because it will help people become more aware of the plight that is Utah Lake, that this beautiful lake can be saved, that we can make it cleaner and make it more useful. It's still a wonderful lake, and going out on the summer and seeing it and taking this fish, I've just seen that even more. I wanted to show you some photos as we went along of some of the amazing work we've done. This first photo is a lady that helped us greatly in our research. She went out with us every day whenever we went out to the lake, and she helped us learn to use the boat, helped us collect the samples. In this picture here, she's holding a northern pike. They're huge, which made dissecting them both complicated because it took so long, but also really cool because it was easier to distinguish the organs. This next picture is a picture of 3 of the students that were involved in the project and Dr. Paul Bybee, who was showing us how to dissect the fish. And that was one of the other things that changed. Originally, when this project started, it was just going to be me. I was going to be collecting the fish through the Department of Water Quality and Health's help, and then I would be dissecting them. But Dr. Cadet had an idea of coupling it with the NSF research project that he was doing in the summer on Utah Lake, and with some other work study students. So in the end, the project bloomed to 6 students, including me, that were working on the project. What made this even more wonderful is 4 of those students were able to get funding, 1 through work study, 3 others through the NSF project. So not only were they learning and conducting research they were also getting paid, which was an amazing experience. It wasn't just me that was getting paid, which made it really cool. And so this photo is of Dr. Bybee showing three of our lab members, Logan, Marcy, and Leslie, how to dissect the fish. In this picture, it's a white bass. This next picture is a picture of some of the carp we got from Utah Lake. The carp are really big in Utah Lake. They're the main predator in the Utah Lake, and just so many we could get. We could catch hundreds upon hundreds of these fish in a day, and still not be a drop in the bucket. But those are just some of the ones we caught. This next picture is a continuation of Leslie showing some of her dissection skills on the white bass. We had to dissect in order to do this, we had to dissect the internal organs, the offal, and then we had to separate the fillet and skin. We also had to be sure that we could determine the sex of the fish, which can only be done once you're actually inside the fish to be absolutely sure. This next picture is a picture of our wrap-up dinner with Dr. Cadet and I think a few of the other members of the group, Leslie, a few of them couldn't come, like Marcy couldn't come. Danielle is there as well as Kate Hickman and Gabriel, all of which were amazing members of the team. We would not have been able to do this. We've collected currently over 200 fish. About half of those have been dissected, isolated, ran through the ICP-MS and acid washed. All of that has been done, and we've got some amazing preliminary data, and we still have some more. And that's just the beginning. We are very close to finishing the preliminary data just on the Provo Bay Area, and we will soon be submitting that for a publication in the Journal of Environmental Toxicology. Once we finish collecting the rest of the data, we will combine it all to make another publication, which will be submitted and also sent to the Department of Water Quality and Department of Health for them to look it over and do what they wish with it. That will also be a publication. In addition, two students, Leslie and Marcy, will be presenting this research at the American Geophysical Union and the Geological Society of America in Oregon and Chicago later this year, which is an amazing experience. I've had my time at UVU. I've learned so much, and I think it's time to give back and let some other students learn learn and see what I have. And I wanted to close now by just saying thank you. That this project has done more for me than I could ever have guessed. UVU has done more for me. Coming to UVU, I had no idea where I wanted to go, and more importantly, I had no confidence I could even do it. At UVU, I found amazing mentors, amazing opportunities. This is just one of them. Just a few nights ago, Dr. Cadet and I had collected a huge batch of carp, which was that picture I showed you before of the carps in the bucket. I needed to process all these fish. Dr. Cadet and I worked on the fish together. He didn't have to stay. It was my project till almost 11 o'clock. It's that kind of dedication to research and their students that makes me love UVU. It didn't matter that he wasn't being paid for this extra experience. He was just here with me to help me learn and make the most of this project. And it's things like that that make UVU such an amazing school. I could go on all day with all that UVU has given me. Amazing mentors, amazing experiences, confidence that I didn't know I had. It's basically given me a new leash on life. And the Board of Trustees Award is just an amazing experience. There was the culmination of that let me not only finish my research, but also give back to students who will be the next generation of students that will continue on with this project. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate this. Thank you for funding my project, for funding the other two projects, sorry. It has just been an amazing experience, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you.